This is where the fun begins.
Yes, Texas is a rival.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen.
Oh, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to game day. I don't know about y'all, but without multiple games to watch every day of the week, last few days, I have been lost. Your boy MC here, D-Mad, on to my side. Nope. This way. Yeah, there we go.
This way. Hello.
Yep, that way. Deep
Over
in the
here.
heart of Texas. Yeah. He's down there probably. I mean, are you close? You're close to Houston, right?
I'm in Houston.
You're in
I'm
Houston.
over here I'm over here by Hobby Airport.
Okay. All right. Well, then you're not too terribly far from where Illinois and Houston are going to tip off a little later tonight. And is that where that's where the Children of the Corn battle's going on right now? In Houston, between Nebraska and Iowa. Yeah, which that one is Nebraska is up 8 right now, with about 8.5 left in the first half. So 8.5 minutes left.
Sure is at the Toyota Center. I'll make sure to go away from that.
Yeah, yeah, you may want to steer clear of that part of town. Anyway, here we are. We made it to game night, Sweet 16. Hogs taking on top seed in the West, Arizona, coming up in what time is it now? 7 o'clock. About an hour and 45 minutes. I think it'll probably be closer to 9 o'clock than 8:45 before we tip off. But man, here we are. We haven't had a chance really to talk much about High Point, but I mean, what really is there to talk about? I mean, they did what everybody thought they would do. They come in, they hit crazy shots. It just got down to clutch time, and Darius said, "Nah, we're not losing," like he's done so many times this year.
Yeah, shout out Rob Martin, because he put on a show himself.
Man, he did.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Was it Terry Arnold? He got into foul trouble early. That definitely changed the game for them too.
Yeah, that made a big difference. And then the kid that used to play for Cal, Cameron Fletcher, he had a really good game as well. And I'm kind of with you. I think if the Anderson kid doesn't get into foul trouble, things might go a little bit differently. But thankfully he couldn't play defense without putting his hands on people, so it played to Arkansas's advantage. And I got to shout out Malik Ewan, man. He had a really good game the other night. We're going to need a repeat performance of that and then some tonight against Arizona, because their inside game is where they make their money.
Yeah. Not only that, but how many games in a row has he stacked up together right now? And we're going to keep on asking him to stack these games up together, because, I saw a stat. It was right before the NCAA tournament started. It was from CBS. They were trying to narrow down the field of who would possibly be in the running to win the championship. And they did, the last 25 champions did this. The last champions did this. The last 25 champions did this. And one of the things that disqualified Arkansas was not having a six game winning streak at all during the season.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
We have a 7-game winning streak right now.
Oh, okay. If you can't counting between, because I guess our last loss was Florida, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Finished out the regular season with a win, won 3 games in Nashville, and then here we are. Man, I don't know. We were talking about this before we went on the air. I can't really seem to get a feel for this game, because I'll break it down a little bit in my head and think, man, there's just no way we can play with the inside game that Arizona has. And then I remember that Arizona doesn't have a Darius Acuff, so do we have a little more?
But they can shoot it,
number
though.
5 magic.
They can
So
shoot it though. Don't let them think
yeah.
that they're not gonna be able to shoot the ball.
Oh no, I mean they're Big 12 champs for a reason. I mean I made the comment when I saw the brackets come out that this was probably the the number one team that I wanted to be paired up with the least, because I felt like it's the one we matched up the worst with because they're very similar in style to Florida, and we all know what happened in that game. But hey, shout out Todd Golden. He's going to be watching the game from the same place I am tonight, the couch.
Yeah,
So
he
you know,
couldn't get it. He couldn't get into the Sweet 16s. I don't know. He was a little bit mad about that. I
well, I
guess he
think he
spent the
thought it
night
was
at
going to be a
the
party of
sororities.
16-year-old girls. So I think that's why
He
he
got
was so upset
excited.
they didn't win. Yeah, yeah, he just got too excited too quickly, and Florida's sitting at home on the couch with a lot of other teams.
Oh,
Another
Boogie
team that
said he's
that
gonna run
that
it back.
I did see that. Yep,
Hmm.
I got nothing against Boogie. I wish him the best of luck in every game except when they're playing Arkansas. So I don't have anything against him.
I do. I do. I was one of the first guys to say, "Hey guys, it's like he has nothing wrong with Arkansas. He left, whatever." But
Yeah,
then he posted all those videos on YouTube.
all
Like,
about all the
yeah,
love and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's like, what do you
yeah.
expect, bro? Do you want people to fillet you when you're not doing anything? Like, what are you looking for here?
Yeah.
I'm being very
Well,
nice right now.
and I mean, if I knew Darius Acuff was coming in behind me and I wanted any playtime, I'd leave town too. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll just leave it at that and go from there. Speaking of elite guards at Arkansas, I saw today. Let me get this pulled up. The kid coming in next year, Jordan Smith Jr.
Jordan Smith Jr. Yeah.
Yes, he was named the Gatorade Boys National Player of the Year today, and game respect game because when he got word that he had been the winner, he had been awarded this honor. John Wall, former Cal guard, great Cal guard, went to his school to present him with the award. So I thought that was pretty sweet. One Cal guard giving it to the next generation. So anyway, transplanted Texan in the house. What's up, TT? He said Boogie's getting year two at Florida and Acup's getting a draft pick. Oof. Yeah, and let's not forget this is year 3 for Boogie. So I mean, he may end
Hmm.
up being Florida's version of TB and playing his full 4 years before he decides to get to re-enter the draft. So
That's right.
Dan Yoakum says I'm
Um,
nervous. I'm with you, Dan. Yeah,
I just wanted to look up something on 24/7 Sports. So
uh-huh.
they have the all time recruiting rankings for Arkansas. Number one is Nick Smith, and for the longest time, Al Jefferson was number two, even though he never
Yeah,
stepped foot on Arkansas's floor.
right.
Um, right now, number two is Jordan Smith. So that's how highly regarded they have him at.
Hmm. Yeah, and I don't know about counting Al Jefferson. I mean, had he come to campus, okay, but I mean, dude, it was everybody knew even when he committed to Arkansas that he was never going to set foot on campus. And
Yeah,
thankfully for him, he didn't because he would have been playing for Stan Heath, and that would have ruined him. So,
it's kind of like Max Muncy coming to Arkansas in baseball.
or who's the guy that's the shortstop for the Cardinals right now? Mason Wynn. I saw an
Oh yeah,
interview with him where he said that he was committed to come here, but then when he got his draft projection back, he had to tell Coach Van Horn that he was going to go into the draft. But he said that he still keeps up with Arkansas and he still kind of considers himself an Arkansas fan. So I thought that was kind of cool. Um,
yeah.
looks like let's see, 40-35 now. Nebraska up on Iowa. So who you liking that one, D?
In Nebraska and Iowa, I think
Yeah,
Nebraska. Like I know this is their first time really getting any traction in the tournament,
right.
but I don't know why they just seem like a little scrappy team. Fred Hoiberg's the coach, isn't he?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I like Hoiberg. I think he's a really good coach. Would not surprise me to see him get offers from somewhere else after Nebraska's done. I mean, there's, North Carolina is a huge job that's open right now, and I think it's one of those that could send some dominoes tumbling because they're going to go after some of the biggest fish in the sea. I mean, I saw earlier today, just a few minutes ago on Twitter, one of the studio shows, I think it was on CBS Sports, was talking about that if North Carolina wanted to become North Carolina again, they would go try to pull John Calipari away from Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would leave.
Yeah,
Because
I
of
don't
the
think that's gonna
relationship
happen.
with he and John Tyson. I don't think he's going anywhere. But
Mm-hmm.
it is kind of cool to have an Arkansas coach being considered for one of the premier jobs in the country. But again, I go back to this. Cal stays here. I mean, with what Acuff is doing, and then you've got the Cal factor on top of it. Why would this not be the destination that you want to come to? Especially if you're a guard, man. I mean, if you're a big man, okay, you
It's
may,
an equal playing field no matter where you go right now.
yeah. But I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with I'm always a big fan of the coaching carousel as long as Arkansas is not involved with it. But with that North Carolina job being open, I mean, some of the names that I'm seeing floated for that already would send some shockwaves and cause other jobs to open up, which would cause guys like Hoiberg and
Tommy Lloyd.
Tommy Lloyd and Otzelberger or whatever his name is at Iowa State.
Oh yeah.
It would cause some of those guys to consider leaving where they are. I mean, if I'm North Carolina, my first call is probably Tommy Lloyd, and I'm gonna pursue him the way Alabama pursued Nick Saban in football, because that would be my first call if I'm North Carolina.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like sometimes, I mean, you gotta take a swing at Nate Oates too, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I think Nate Oates is kind of putting himself into a corner right now that he can't really recover from, with all these players like the Florida level allegations right now.
Yeah,
The term lack of institutional control is about to be floated around.
yeah. I mean, he feels a little. Every coach has a little bit of grease to him. I mean, every one of these good coaches, there's no Boy Scouts out there, okay? We all know this, but he is just like thrown all caution to the wind, and it's a win at all costs kind of deal. I mean, I almost think maybe LSU should have made a run at him because they're showing right now that they're very much a win at all costs kind of school between going after Kiffin and now bringing Will Wade back. So.
Yeah.
Must have been a strong ass offer to bring him back.
Oh, the AD for NC State had some nice words for Will Wade.
NC State fans are not happy right now, and I don't really blame them. But then again, at the same time, I think you have to tell them what people tried to tell us when we originally hired Petrino. It's like when you play with fire, you're going to get burned. So. I don't know. I kind of feel for him in a way because I do think he's a good coach. I think he's a slime ball, but I think he is a good coach as far as being able to recruit and being able to win. And I think the NC State people were so desperate to be relevant again that they bought everything he had to say, hook, line, and sinker. And then now here he goes and he's headed back down to the bayou. How psychotic is that? LSU athletic department now with Kim Mulkey, Lane Kiffin, and Will Wade.
Oh my God! I saw a tweet that said, "Could you imagine having back-to-back meetings with Kim Mulkey, Will Wade, and then Lane Kiffin?" I could not in my life.
I mean, that's got a reality show written all over it, man. That could be.
So
you might have to put it on HBO, but I think it would be pretty wild.
I think that'd be a good NIL type of situation.
Yeah, I mean it can be. I mean we know what Will Wade is about making offers to people. I mean he was NIL when NIL wasn't cool.
Yeah. So let's go up to Dan Yoakum's comment with all the talk about Billy Goat this year and Big Nasty, Big O, and all the talk around St. Louis guy. Who's the St. Louis? TB, I guess.
Yeah.
With five nicknames, A-Cuff really needs one. What do you think about the Killer Penguin? I'm going to say no on the Killer Penguin. I
The
think he's
Killer
kind of
Penguin.
gotten a nickname. I think it's because he's short, but
Well, and
I think his nickname is Baby AI.
yeah, I could see where you get the penguin though, because like when there's a dead ball and stuff, he's just kind of waddling around a little bit. It almost like it looking like it hurts him to walk. Like he kind of waddles
and,
around like a 50-year-old man and dead ball situations, and then he goes out and hits three straight threes or whatever he does.
and
But
here's
I
another
could see
thing
where you
about
come with that.
A-Cuff. A-Cuff is getting to the point where his name is getting to the point where he's not just A-Cuff. It's not like Kobe. It's
Right,
not Michael. It's Michael Jordan. It's Kobe Bryant.
right,
It's Darius A-Cuff right now. That's the territory he's landing himself in.
yeah.
To Arkansas. Let me put that. To Arkansas.
Let's see. Yeah, he said he walks like a penguin. I mean, I see that. He kind of
I can see
does.
that.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Uh, Another first for Darius Acuff. I mean, I'm sure you saw earlier this week the all the news about his shoe deal with Reebok and getting his own custom shoe from Reebok while he's still
Gee,
in college.
I wonder
Well,
who else was
yeah.
signed by Reebok.
Well, and
Huh.
and the same dude just happens to be VP of basketball for Reebok right now. So that'd
Would that
be
be
that
would that
yeah.
be the answer himself?
Yeah, it would be. And the answer is the answer. And he uh he was the guy that Acuff said that he
Y
tried to
five.
kind of model his game after. Y5, I like that.
I like that.
I like I like
Y five
Y5.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I like that.
God, that one just threw me off. I had something I was about to go into that just threw me off.
That
I'll
one that
never
one's
be
pretty
able to say
good.
it. MC, you want to talk about our weekend this weekend? How great DraftKings is this weekend?
Hey, it was good. It was yeah, of course this is now that one and FanDuel are both now legal in Arkansas, and uh Dylan and I, we both took advantage over the weekend, and we both had pretty good weekends.
Man,
Just to put it
we
bluntly, we
I
had
was on
yeah.
I was sitting on the lake and MC texted me something about DraftKings. I was like, let me go ahead and see what this is about. And I logged in and said, hey bro, if you put $5 in, you get $300 worth of free bets. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I put $5 on TB to hit 2 threes, back cashed. That was only like $12 though. And then I have these $25 increment bets.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was sitting here looking at all these parlays that they have. And I'm like, Arkansas to win, Darius to score, I think it was 20 or 30. And then Malik Thomas to hit 3 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that seems legitimate. Let me go ahead and just
Yeah.
sprinkle some money on that one. And then it's like I started sprinkling money here and there, and I took their $300. And when I say their $300, I still have $125 left over.
Yeah.
So I took their $175 and turned it into $500. And then Texas
That's
decides to piss away $25 from me today.
well, you've got today and tomorrow to use those, because I got a notice while ago saying, hey, if you haven't used all your free money bets yet, they expire Saturday. So be sure and get those in. Don't lose that free money. So not that we
Can never do that.
would encourage anyone to go do this, but it worked for us. So just
I will not spend my money on it. I'll put it that way. Maybe a $5 to $10 bet here or there.
Yeah.
But I will never spend hundreds of dollars on that. And I do not recommend people to spend hundreds of dollars on betting.
No. I think I had all the free bets, and then I think I did $30 total, and come out about $330 to the good. So and that was the thing that I was just like, okay, cash out, I'm done. Because if I leave it in here, I will bet it again. I've seen me do it. So but I
My
cashed it
wife
out.
looked at me as like, is that like your money now? And I was like, oh yeah, they gave me that money. It was their
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's a good weekend, man. And we were talking about this a little bit before we come on the air. Uh, I'm gonna be if Arkansas wins tonight, I'm gonna be ecstatic. If Arkansas doesn't win, I'm still gonna be okay. I mean, I'll be sad that the season's over, but you know, they're not. You know,
You said the two words.
Y5 is not paying my rent. So
Right.
so anyway, we'll see. But anyway, man, I don't know. I'm sitting here. I've got texts rolling in right now saying I don't have a good feeling about tonight's game, and then I've got somebody else saying, "Man, I think we're gonna pull it off tonight." So it's people. Everybody's just kind of all over the place with it. I think one thing that absolutely has to happen. Our bigs are gonna have probably
A big game.
Probably some of the best games they've had. Nick Pringle is cleared to play tonight. I was telling D-Mad before we went on, I said I need 8 points and 8 rebounds from Nick Pringle. I feel like if we can get 8 points and 8 rebounds, and then Ewan and TB do their thing, I think we'll be in it. And I mean, honestly, man, the point that I'm at right now is if it comes down to a close game and we're right there, I feel pretty good.
Mm.
If it comes down to a one possession game under 30 seconds, I will be nervous, but I feel really good about our chances at that point because the guys have been so clutch in these close games for the most part, with the exception of the Alabama game. And that one, you had guys foul out. There was some extenuating circumstances with that one that kind of, I mean, you still took it to double overtime, but you take all the fouls away in that one, and it's probably a different story. But I don't know, man. Arizona's
This
going to
game
have to
feels like
they're going to have to help us.
this game feels like St. John's to me last year.
I can
Everybody
see that.
thought that RJ Davis was just about
Hmm.
to go off on us last year, and I just I didn't really I watched the game St. John's played whoever 15 seed in their first
Hmm.
round. I was like, this isn't very impressive. And then
Yeah.
watching them get all they want and more by Utah State, I'm not really that impressed. I'm thinking if we go out here and execute and stay out of foul trouble, which we have been staying out of foul trouble
Hmm.
in the tournament, which also lends itself to SEC needs to fix officiating.
Yeah,
Um,
because I made a post about that the other night. I think I shared it with you.
I
Uh,
saw yours. Yeah,
Yeah, about how much difference there has been in the officiating in the NCAA tournament versus regular season SEC play. And it's not just with the Arkansas game, too. I saw it some with Kentucky when they played. I saw it some with Tennessee when they played. The thing that stuck out to me is that in both games right now, for Arkansas in Hawaii and High Point both, we've gone in the entire first half of both games without the opponent being in the bonus, meaning we had 6 or less team fouls for an entire half. D, you know this as well as I do. There were several SEC games where the opposing team was in the 1-1 by the second media timeout. And we're not
and
playing
if
that
anybody
different
doesn't
than
know,
we
that's
play.
what the 12-minute mark.
Yeah, yeah. You have the under 16 and the under 12. So it's every 4 minutes. But by the under 12 mark, I mean, we had several games where in the first half, our opponent was shooting 1-1, if not already in the double bonus. And we haven't changed that much of our defense around. So the game is being officiated very differently than what it has been on the regular season. But which okay, that's fine. Just give me consistency. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want one of these where it feels like Vegas made a call at halftime, and suddenly you start getting fouls every 16 to 18 seconds. So
Right.
just be consistent with it. If it's a foul in the first half, it needs to be a foul in the second half. If you let it go in the first half, you got to let it go in the second half. That's all I need, because if you do that, the players can adjust, and then they can kind of change their style to whatever the refs are doing. But if you're inconsistent, nobody gets a flow.
And if you're still waiting in TSA right now, good luck to
Oh
you.
God, man, dude, I got to fly in about 3 weeks to Denver, and I am I'm terrified right now of what TSA is going to be. Not necessarily on my way out of town, because I've been checking on Memphis, and Memphis is not that bad. But when I get ready to come back home, I'm afraid that Denver airport will be
Have
insane.
have you have you ever heard of all the stories about the Denver International Airport?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm a big conspiracy theory. Let me tighten my tinfoil. Yeah,
Have
I've
you
heard all of
seen
those.
have you seen the shape of the airport?
I have, but I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
Let's
But
just
it's
say
like
it kind of looks like a German sign from World
okay.
War II.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. One that is not. You can't say anything about it, or you go to like Facebook jail.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Let's see. Arkansas and other SEC teams have had SEC officials on the officiating crews. Difference: they have not been solely comprised of SEC officials. Well, I know this. We haven't had Pat Adams. We haven't had Doug Shows. So that's two
Do we know
pluses
who
in
we
my
have
book.
tonight?
I have not looked.
Let's see if I
I
can
don't
find it.
know if it's out there yet. Usually it's on the box score, but I don't know that they'll have it this early. I mean, it's out there somewhere, I'm sure, but uh, I don't want Pat Adams or Doug Shows, either one. I'm going to the old trusty mothership app to see what it will
Yeah, I'm
bring
not
up
seeing it
for
on
me.
ESPN.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. There's Gamecast. Yeah, usually it's like in the box score, and they're not going to have anything on that just yet. Um, I might try to research it in a break and see what I can come up with.
I'm pulling something up from ncaa.org, so let's see here. Oh, no, that's just. Okay, Pat Adams is a part of the NCAA crews. Tony Chiazza is a part of. That's not for us. I'm just saying
Oh,
he's a
okay.
part of the
Okay.
crews.
Okay. Okay.
Tony Chiazza. Let's see if I can find any other names I recognize. Lord. Pat Driscoll. Is that a guy that we've seen?
I don't know that. I don't recognize that name.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I'm not. That's usually publicized, but usually
Doug
I don't look
Shows
at
is
it.
on there.
Yeah. Now, I have seen Doug Shows in some of these other games, and I've seen Pat Adams in it, but uh, I was thinking for some reason that they tried to, like, if it's an SEC team involved, then they tried to not give SEC officials to that. So in this case, SEC Big 12, you might have Big 10 officials rather than, you know, Big 12 or SEC. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, D. I'm going to go ahead and fire up the break. We come back, man.
Okay.
We got to talk just a little bit of baseball, just simply because about what's going on this weekend with the honoring of
Oh,
Norm DeBryant and him getting into the Hall of Fame and the special uniforms that they're going to be wearing this week. So we're going to step aside for break. We'll come back and we'll finish up our preview talk of Arkansas, Arizona, talk a little bit about Arkansas, Florida, SEC baseball, and then we'll get you out of here in plenty of time to go get your food, get your cold beverages, and get ready for this 8:45 tip-off tonight. So stick with us. You're watching Inside the Hog Pen.
Meeks Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Meeks Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Meeks Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics! We at Inside the Hog Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hog Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hog Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hog Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hog Pen.
It's time to step back inside the Hog Pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
Transplant Texan coming in clutch, man.
I see that. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna shout him out. Transplant Texan coming in hard, coming in like Acuff the Penguin. So tonight's
Y5 coming in hot.
officials, yes, Kissinger, Cassell, and Anderson. Okay.
I'll do some research on them.
Don't really know much about any of those guys. It's not Doug Shows, it's not Pat Adams. So I will live with it and go from there. So anyway, we'll see. Hopefully, you come up at the end of the game and be like, man, who were those guys? Because I was always told that if you know an official's name at any point in the game, it's a bad deal. Yeah, it's not. It's never good. So, but hey, we got to talk baseball for a minute, man. This team's off to a better start than I think a lot of people anticipated in conference play.
Wait, hold on. What did you say?
I said I think they're off to a better start than some people anticipated in conference play. So, contrary to previously made comments,
right.
The season is not over.
I don't know. That sounds like some fake news.
But got Florida coming in this weekend. Florida's kind of been on the struggle bus so far. But honestly, the big thing about this weekend is that it's, they're going to honor Norm DeBryan in a multitude of ways. And then one of the ways they're doing it is this right here. You can see what's up with the uniforms for this weekend. These are the throwback uniforms from when Norm DeBryan was in his prime, I guess is a good way to put it. And now the only thing I'm not sure of, you're seeing there the golden patch and number 23. Of course, 23 was Norm's number. I don't know if they're going to treat this like MLB does Jackie Robinson Day and every player is going to wear 23. I haven't heard for sure on that. That's what it looks like here because Cam Kozel's usually number 8. But he's sporting the 23 here. I saw a lot of people online complaining about the hat. And I'm kind of circling the A with my cursor right now, as you can see. And a lot of people say, it's Alabama A, it's Alabama A. No, it's not an Alabama A. It is similar, but the Alabama A and the Atlanta Braves A are almost identical. And it does not look like the script A that we are used to seeing for Arkansas, but it's a throwback, man. Everybody chill out. It's a throwback. So, but
everybody freak out. Is that what you said?
Yeah. That's what we Hog fans do best. We're not happy unless we're freaking out about something. So, but big series this weekend. I was trying to pull up standings for baseball to see exactly where we are. Because I'll be honest with you, man, I've been so wrapped up in basketball that I hadn't even looked at the standings.
It's kind of hard.
We took 2 of 3 at South Carolina. Okay, so we're 4-2 right now, 19-7 overall. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams sitting at 4-2. Florida, Alabama, Ole Miss, and Tennessee are 3-3. And then you have Texas A&M, LSU, Vanderbilt 2-4. Missouri and South Carolina both 1-5. Of course, South Carolina decided after the Friday night game last week, where Arkansas won like 30-7 or something like that. I think it's actually 22-7. They fired Paul Maneri from being their coach, and so I have never seen a baseball coach fired in March, uh, especially for someone of Paul Maneri's stature. Because Maneri was at LSU for all those years and won titles down there, and just recently retired, and then decided he wanted to come back to South Carolina. They were pretty jacked up when they hired him, and why wouldn't they be? Because it looked like a heck of a hire at the time, but it just didn't work for whatever reason. So Paul Maneri's out. They've got an interim in to, I guess, take them the rest of the way. And, I think that's a job that when June comes around and they're not in, they're not working their way through the NCAA tournament, which they won't be because South Carolina's terrible. That's a job where you can win, though. It's been proven that you can win there. So I would watch that job for maybe some of these SEC guys to look to jump ship from one school to the other.
Absolutely.
Might even be a good place for somebody like a Nate Thompson to explore. I saw you cut your eyes over at me like, what? But, I mean, eventually, look, Nate's going to get a job eventually. I don't know if he's holding out for when Dave retires or what, but if he got a chance to go take the job at South Carolina, I think it'd be foolish to not take it.
See, I don't think he's holding off for DVH. So what I think, like, if he's holding off for DVH, he's going to come back and be really upset when they give it to Matt Hobbs.
See, I don't think Matt Hobbs is getting it either.
Really?
Because I think, unless Dave was to hang it up after this year, which I don't see happening, I think probably 3, maybe 4 more years. And about the time that he's ready to retire is probably going to be about the time that a certain coach is ready to leave MLB and come back to college.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah.
Is she in our comment section right now?
No, don't think so. But yeah, I would. That's what I think's going to happen. But Nate Thompson's pretty well respected around the league by everybody except Arkansas fans. And I think that once you see, if they were to go after him and make Nate an offer, I mean, it's a big step up. It's a chance for him to step up and lead his own program. Wes Johnson did that. Wes Johnson left Arkansas, went to LSU's pitching coach, and then went to the major leagues, I believe, with the Twins. I believe he was pitching coach for the Twins. And then he come back, and now he's heading up Georgia, and I think that's a name that would come into play as well. He's native Arkansan. He's been around the program. He was here pitching coach, believe in the 2018 College World Series run with Blaine Knight and those guys. I'm pretty sure that's when Wes Johnson was here. He was here right before Hobbs. That'd be somebody that could come into the mix as well. But Florida right on the heels of Arkansas in standings. You need to come in. You got to take care of home field, man. You got to win your games at home. At least win 2 out of 3 on the series, and just keep pace with everybody else. So. I don't know, man. We'll see. Another good weekend. I know everybody's mind is on basketball, but, don't forget about SEC baseball this weekend as well. Now, here's something that I hadn't thought about till earlier today, and it's kind of it makes me have a sad when I start thinking about this, but tonight could be the last time we see Darius Acuff in a Razorback uniform.
That's true.
I mean, don't want it to be. But
I think we need to talk about TB too. We need to talk about Trevor Brazil.
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy has been through hell and back. He is at the highest of highs. Came to Arkansas, had 20 games as a Razorback, and then tore his ACL. Came back and then had the worst season that Arkansas's had in recent memory. And the next year, then he transfers out, and Cal brings him back. Well, actually, I think he transfers out and asked Cal if he can come back, and Cal said yes. And he's a guy that needs a lot of praise for sticking by Arkansas. He came here because he thought he was going to be a one and done out of the portal. He thought he was going to play 1 year, go to the NCAA or go to the NBA draft, and that's not how his story got wrote. And he could have transferred out at any point. And the fact that he stuck by Arkansas was like hats off to him, man. Like he really deserves everything that he's gotten this year. He's played his ass off.
He really has, man. He has played really well almost the entire season long, and for what Cal has done for this guy, just for I would say for TB's own confidence. I mean, Cal's talked about how he went to him and just told him, "He's like, look, man, you're a stud here. You need to act like the stud that you are." And it was kind of after that. I mean, the icing on the cake so far for TB has been him putting the dagger in Missouri's heart in that game at Columbia. The game that Acuff set out, and it was a close game. And we come down, and that ended up being the game winner for Arkansas because it gave us the lead, and then we never gave it back up again. So it was so fitting because that dude had taken so much crap from Missouri fans, over the past 2 to 3 years. And I mean, you still see him making comments about, I wish he'd blow his other ACL and stuff like that. And I said it was Shakespearean.
The love triangle.
Yeah, they did all that love triangle crap, and which seemed weird for me coming from a bunch of dudes at Missouri that like to wear dresses to the ball games, but that's a different story for a different show. But yeah, I mean, he's been through it all. I mean, like you said, man, he's been to hell and back, and he's come out the other side, and I'm happy for him. And the run, if things end tonight, man, the way he has finished up here at Arkansas, I think he's earned an invite to the combine, in my opinion. And that seems like a scenario where he could go up there, really show out, and really kind of improve his draft status.
And when it comes to the combine, he's going to be a guy that people start drooling over at the very end of it. Because I'm going to say this right now, he's going to have a 50-inch vertical. At 6'10" with like a 50-inch vertical, like you're going to have, he's not going to be a lottery pick, but I would say he's going to be a mid-teen to late-teen pick. That's how good he's been this year.
I really do. I will be shocked if he falls to the second round. I will be shocked because I'm kind of like you. I see him around that 18 to 23 range there. Which the good piece about that is that he's not going to go to a team that's in the cellar, and he could come up and actually play a role on a team in the midst of a playoff run somewhere. But I'm happy for him.
More athletic Draymond Green.
Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, he can handle the ball. He can shoot the three. He can post up. I mean, obviously, we've seen his jumping ability, so rebounding's not going to be an issue. I would like to see him put on a little bit of weight, and, I mean, I don't know. If it hadn't happened by now, it may not happen. But I would like to see him bulk up just a little bit before he gets into the pros. But, I still think he's the type of guy that could help a team, selfishly, I wouldn't mind seeing him landing in Memphis just so I could go watch him play. It would give me a reason to go watch the Grizzlies because right now I don't have one. But if TB was over there, or maybe one of these other guys land in Memphis, I might spring for some tickets and go just because. Another guy that I think has played his way into getting drafted, Billy Richmond. I'm afraid we're going to lose the Billy Goat to the draft because he's another freak athlete.
He's going to be a hell of a pro too.
Yeah. The style that he plays fits. He's got to work on his jumper a little bit, but I mean, depending on where he goes, man, you pair him up with some former legend that was just an assassin with their shooting, and you can pair him up with that, man, and he can work on that. But he's got everything else. He's got the motor. He's got the will to win. I think he's going to be a draft pick as well. And I mean, if you look at it, this team is pretty loaded with guys that are going to play at the next level. I just, it's one of those deals of, man, You don't want it to end until it has to. But if you're looking at it with your head over your heart, I mean, there's a pretty good chance that this may be it tonight.
Yeah. Do you think Malik leaves too?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I could see him. Could honestly see him running it back, but at the same time, when you look at what's coming in behind him, it may be a situation similar to what we had with Boogie, and it may be that hey, if you don't go to the draft, I mean, because the three guys you've got coming in, J.J. Andrews, Jordan Smith Jr., and the guy who from Connecticut whose name I can't pronounce,
Abdu Toure.
Abdu Toure. I mean, they all have similar skill sets to Malik. So I don't know, man. It may be he may end up being like a DJ Wagner type situation. He may stick around and come in and be the guy that comes in off the bench as the spark plug. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. But we are. Let's see where we at. So Texas and Purdue is 11 and a half minutes left.
I'm sorry. I just saw a
55,
video
54.
of one of our referees for the night.
Is it?
So I hope it's this Jeff Anderson dude, because there's two Andersons, Jeff Anderson or Steve Anderson. Jeff Anderson's known as High Knees.
Oh, it's High Knees, dude. Oh, please let it be him. Yes. I want High Knees. Yes. If for nothing else, just to watch him run up and down the floor, man. Yeah, that'd be great.
I did some research on Lee Castle. Apparently, back in 2025, he was promoted to head referee, and so the ACC promoted him to head referee. So he did all the high profile games of the ACC. So take that with whatever you want. Kip Kissinger, he has officiated in the NCAA or in the NBA a couple of times. I'm not really finding anything else about him right now. He played for a small school. He's actually in a small school's Hall of Fame for basketball.
Okay.
Nebraska Wesleyan University. He's in the Basketball Hall of Fame there. Let's see. So there's a problem with Kip Kissinger. Apparently, he officiated a BYU Arizona game this year, and it was badly, unevenly officiated. I haven't read why, but I've just pulled this up right now. So
Vegas put the fix in already.
It's a possibility.
So Matt Hart in the house from our friends over at Hawg HQ. He says, "I'm late to the party, but how are we feeling about the game?" Man, I don't know. We talked about this a little earlier. It's kind of I will say this. I made this comment earlier that if it is a close game, one possession game, I feel really good. If it's come down the last 30 seconds and it's a tie game or we're down 2, I will be nervous, but I feel pretty good about it just because our guys have been pretty clutch in those type situations. You've seen it pretty much all year long. I don't know, man. Arizona reminds me a lot of Florida. They're bigs. Their strength is our weakness, so that's a little concerning. But at the same time, they don't have a Darius Acuff either. They don't have a Billy Richmond. So they don't have a Malik Thomas. Okay. So, we'll see.
So I've got some more information on that Kip Kissinger game. Okay. Apparently that it was his 74th game in 85 days.
Oh
and
God.
Other members of his crew worked 61 games in 61 games in 64 days.
Good
oh,
Lord.
No. Sorry. 61 games in 85 days and 64 games in 85 days. Also, Kip Kissinger went from New Jersey, then 26 hours later to Kansas, then 25 hours later to Utah. So he went all the way across the country in that game. So maybe,
Lord,
maybe they're rested.
Got the man a break there. Yeah.
So we'll say that they're probably rested for this game, and they're probably going to be all right.
I got to bring up this comment from Transplant. He says, I think this year's draft is too deep and we may see both Leak and Billy come back. Billy for sure. Knox and Seeley may be the ones we see hit the portal. I hadn't thought about that, but that's a pretty good point. Seeley, I don't want to dog on the kid at all because I feel like he plays really hard when he's out there. He just hasn't had the court time. And Cal talked about this too. He's like, y'all don't be hard on Seeley because I haven't played him, and he doesn't have the experience, the game time experience that these other guys have. I could see Seeley leaving for an opportunity to where he could be maybe a bigger fish in a smaller pond. Knox, man, I don't know. I think that's a wild card. I could see that one going either way, simply because the family relationship with Cal. With his brother playing for him before, but then he's also got a brother. They have another brother that plays at South Carolina, so it could be that those two both want to hit the portal and link up somewhere. I would hate to lose Carter, but Cal said the other day, man, with this NIL, there's only so much to go around, and if you don't feel like you're being taken care of, then and you want to chase the money, then go. And that may be what it is, and he may not even be considering it. I don't know. I mean, I'm clearly speculating here.
Also, Cal said this on the Pat McAfee show the other day. If you're in the portal, you're not coming back. There is no coming back whenever you go to the portal.
Yep.
He said if you don't feel like you're being taken care of, then you need to leave. But he starts to set this standard with these kids of like, are you going to chase $1? Mm-hmm. And when you could go make $200 million later in your career, right. with Billy, man, I really just the way he's played this year, I can't really see him coming back. I think a lot of GMs are looking at him like a Tony Allen type of like he's going to be Patrick Beverly, just an all-time defensive stopper, and he's just going to have too much in his face to come back, and he's going to have enough offensively to be able to go to the NBA. Almost said NFL.
Well, I think if you're in Billy Richmond's situation, Malik Thomas too, you have to do whatever it is they do where they put their name out there, get their feedback, and then determine from there, kind of see where
what
their
Carter
name
Knox
goes.
did.
Yes, do what Carter Knox did last year, and just kind of see, okay, this is where we think you'd be projected, or hey, maybe you need another year. I mean, if you're Billy, you have to. I think you do it if you're Malik Thomas as well. But I mean, if I had to put it right now, who do you think there's a better chance that we see coming back next year, Billy Richmond or Malik Thomas? That's tough. That is, man. That is.
Out of the two, I would say Malik Thomas.
Yeah.
Because the NBA, but in the NBA, they don't like drafting older players. Like whenever you see a player that's been here for, if you've seen a player that's been in college for 3 or 4 years, their likeliness of getting drafted goes down more and more because they don't want to see all these injuries and all this other stuff. As soon as you get to be an older player, those injuries start racking up. And, with TB, for example, knee injuries are death sentences in the NBA. Speaking of, did you see Moses Moody?
I was just about to bring that up. Man, I saw that the other night as it happened, and I was just like, oh, dear God, that was brutal. But I did see where it was a torn patellar tendon, but there was nothing beyond that would make it career-threatening. I mean, that torn patellar tendon is bad, and it's bad enough, but it's not one of those injuries from what I have read so far that they don't think it's going to threaten his career. They think that he'll be able to make a full recovery and come back. I got to throw this in here too. Matt Hart comes back in and he says Leak is gone unless bad feedback from the NBA, which is unlikely. Not surprised by that. I mean, there's a little bit of wishful thinking to think that he might come back for one more year, I mean, again, look, as long as we got Cal running the show, the cupboard's never going to be bare behind these guys. It is definitely a just reload and, let's get ready to go again. So we are coming up. We got about 2.5 minutes left, E, so let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Final thoughts on the game tonight.
I don't know, man. It's kind of nerve wracking because this is it kind of does feel like the Florida game where we went in thinking, oh, we might have a chance, and then we absolutely get boat raced. I'll say this: if it's a close game, my money's on Acuff. Like I don't care what anybody says. Like I don't think there's a closer in the country that's better than Acuff right now.
I agree.
I will say I think we get to a hot start though. I don't think Calipari will let us come out and be slow. We're gonna get off to a hot start ASAP. As soon as that ball's tipped, we're locked in. Yeah. He also said that Sealy is gonna play today too.
I did see that. Yeah.
Man, we don't know about Sealy. That's the only thing. Like we don't know how he plays or what he plays, and that's kind of the point he made. It's like nobody knows him. That's a very good point. He could come in and just be a wrecker. He could come in and do nothing. Like it all just kind of depends on what happens.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like Transplanted Texas says. There's only two outcomes. Let's enjoy the ride. And
that's right.
I mean that's kind of where I'm at, man. If I'm a big I'll sum it up by saying this: I'm a big fan of the show Yellowstone. That was one of my favorite shows when it was on TV. And there is a specific scene where they've got to go chase down a bunch of wild horses, and John Dutton's character comes out and asks them, is like, "Have you guys figured out how we're going to do this without all getting trampled?" And his right-hand man basically tells him, he says, "Oh, sir, best we came up with is like, F it. Let's get up here to the top of the mountain and let's chase them down the side of it and just see what happens." And so he's like, "Okay, that's the plan. Just F it." So that's kind of where I'm at. F it. Let's roll the ball out there. Let's see what happens. Either way, this has been a heck of a ride just to watch Darius Acuff. I don't want it to end, but if it does, I can live with it. So I won't be happy about it. I'll pout for a little bit and I'll have a little bit of a poo-poo lip for the next few days. But if it is what it is, but you never know. I mean, Arkansas's done pretty well in the past against number one seeds, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I got one more from Matt Hart I want to throw in. I think this is the big guy at Georgia he's talking about. So keep an eye on Cyril to transfer. Okay, big man from Georgia. If you could pull him in, that would be nice. Because I think that's what Arkansas is missing is a big. So anyway, that's going to put a wrap on it. We're going to get out of here. We're going to watch a tail end of these two games that are going on right now because they're both really good. Nebraska's up 3 right now. Texas is up 1. So y'all get ready. These games are setting the table for tonight. It's going to be a fun night. Win, lose, or draw. We're going to have fun. Woo pig. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider, and be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.